Whoa, a leaked set video of Andrew Garfield on the set of Spider-Man No Way Home? I gotta tweet this out to my fans to let them know they're in the movie!
Oh, Rosie, I love this boy.
Oh wow, leaked photos of the Super Pets trailer that has the Justice League. Let me tweet that out to the fans to let them know they're in the movie.
Misery, misery, misery. That's what you've chosen.
My account got suspended. No, I had so many cool people following me. The creator of Chucky, the directors of Scream. Yes, hi Warner Brothers. Can you take that off, please?
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Goodbye, official Twitter 3C Film account!
I'm gonna cry.
Hello, Spider-Man fans. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. Wow, we went from getting absolutely nothing for months on Spider-Man No Way Home to now, today, in the last 30 minutes, at least of me recording this, we have 8 new TV spots for Spider-Man No Way Home. And each one of these TV spots is filled with new footage of Spider-Man fighting off some of the members of the Sinister Six, new dialogue from some of the supporting cast members. So what I'm going to be doing here for you guys is not only showing you every single TV spot that has now been released with new footage, we're also going to be breaking them down, trying to catch little things that we might have missed, discussing it, really just finally getting on that hype train for Spider-Man No Way Home with official stuff to look at. And look, I was going to save these to give away at another time, but I could really use your help with trying to rebuild my Twitter account, guys. So if you go follow my new Twitter account at 3C Films with 2 S's, I will be picking random followers to give them away Spider-Man No Way Home Funko Pops as a thank you for helping me rebuild that. And even if you don't want the Funko Pops, it would just mean the world to me if you go follow that Twitter account. But now with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and start diving into these trailers. So you might start seeing them pop up on your television or as a random ad while you're watching YouTube. And the first one we got up here was from someone who recorded it off their TV screen. So let's take a look at it.
This is Peter, leave a message.
Yeah, Peter, this is Happy. Who are those guys, huh? One of the guys made of mud? What's going on? Call me back.
When I shut that spell down, we started getting some visitors from every universe.
Multiverse is real.
Was that a dinosaur?
Alright, so from this TV spot, there's a couple of things we can catch here. One, we get a shot of Happy Hogan in a car trying to call Peter and asking him, hey, what is up with all these villains that are showing up around town? What is going on? Some fans are even speculating that maybe Happy isn't even talking about the villains that are popping up in the current MCU, that instead maybe he's talking about who are these other people dressed like you as Spider-Man? But that wouldn't be a bad theory. Obviously, if Happy saw a couple of other Spider people dressed up kind of like Tom Holland's character, he would be like, yo, what's going on? Of course, we gotta talk about the other up-close shot of the lizard that was revealed here. The lizard looks really great with his roar as we cut to J. Jonah Jameson asking if that was a dinosaur, who is in front of what we assume is Peter's building, where it has not yet been exploded, but it looks like the lizard will be popping in here. In other shots of the trailer, we saw like a feast truck that looks like something popped out of it. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the lizard is hiding in that feast truck, then pops out, and J. Jonah Jameson is there to record that whole situation and think it's a dinosaur. Let's move on to the next TV spot.
Looks like we got competition.
I'll fix this, but I'm gonna need some help.
Let's catch some multiverse men.
Just run it by us next time you break the universe.
Deal.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Alright, so with this next TV spot for Spider-Man No Way Home, we are treated to a really great shot of Dr. Octopus speaking to his tentacles. That is something he did in Spider-Man 2 where he would talk to them, and it looks like he might be in control here. We still don't know exactly how much from the Sam Raimi movies they're going to carry over into Spider-Man No Way Home. So we don't really know right now if the tentacles are in control or it's Dr. Octopus himself. Either way, I really like this up-close shot. I think the CGI is looking a lot better on Dr. Octopus on this bridge sequence. Now, the other scene that's going to get a lot of people talking is Peter Parker right here is talking to Doctor Strange, and he goes ahead and says, I'm gonna need some help. Come on now. We know exactly what he means when he says he's gonna need some help. He's obviously got to be talking about wanting to get Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield from their Spider-Man universes, since their Spider people have already technically killed off these villains. They would know how to defeat them, because I can't imagine that Peter Parker, Tom Holland in this sequence is going, I'm gonna need some help. so let me go risk the life of Ned and MJ and bring them into battle. No way that's who he's talking about. And I just like the look of Doctor Strange's face when he says that. He looks kind of surprised, like, maybe you're right, we do need to go get them spider people. And then there's that shot here of Ned holding that crossbow with MJ and Peter. They're saying, let's go catch some multiverse men, which I think this kind of helps prove my theory that Doctor Strange will be putting some sort of magical spell on the crossbow, in the same way we've heard that Doctor Strange will be putting a magical spell on Peter's web shooters. And that's why Peter is wearing magical web shooters in this movie, is because once he shoots his web, it'll teleport those villains to the prison. That same sort of spell couldn't be on the crossbow, and then whenever Ned shoots at a villain, it'll teleport them to this prison.
Ever since I got bit by that spider, I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal. That was when you found out.
Peter?
That spell that you botched, it started pulling in visitors from every universe.
What's happening?
They're starting to come through, and I can't stop them.
Spider-Man, No Way Home.
When you're thinking, hey, I'm about to do something that could break the universe, run it by us next time.
In theaters, December 17th.
Now, in this next TV spot, it was a little more personal, dealing with Peter and the relationship he has with some of the supporting characters like MJ and Ned, where one, we get a better close-up shot of the newspaper that MJ is reading, where it is talking about Peter Parker's identity, and it even has Ned and MJ on the cover, so they've been exposed as well, putting them in more danger from the public. Other than that, most shots of this trailer were exactly the same, except for the very end, where you have MJ kind of bantering with Peter, telling him, hey, next time you're gonna do a spell, how about you let us know before you break the multiverse? Moving on to the next TV spot.
You're not Peter Parker.
I am so confused right now.
That spell that you botched started pulling in visitors from every universe.
The multiverse is real?
They all die fighting Spider-Man.
There has to be another way!
There isn't. They're a danger to our universe.
This is all my fault. I can't save everyone.
Spider-Man, No Way Home. In theaters, December 17th.
Now, I think so far this has got to be one of the better TV spots that have been released, because we get a bit of a longer extended sequence between Dr. Octopus fighting off Peter Parker here. And we even get to see a little callback to Spider-Man 2, where Dr. Octopus takes out this sort of spike out of his tentacle, which is something he did in that movie, where he was going to try and use that same spike on Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. It's nice that they've carried that over here. Now, the other part here that makes it more interesting is we finally get to hear what Peter Parker thinks to Dr. Octopus being like, I know your name, but I don't recognize your face. And Peter is just confused as hell, as he should be, because he doesn't understand yet that this is a villain from a different universe. Which I think should make it pretty obvious that this whole entire bridge sequence is one of the early fights we get to see in Spider-Man No Way Home. So anybody who was actually afraid that we would be getting too much bridge sequence, nope, it looks like it's very early on in the movie. I'm also loving all these other great shots that we're getting of the villains in the film, like Electro, Lizard, and Green Goblin. A shot here of Peter going ahead and saying the multiverse is real, which you could feel is kind of a callback to Spider-Man Far From Home, when he was talking to Mysterio and he sort of said the same thing, thinking that the multiverse was real and believing everything Mysterio said. It's just kind of funny how we went from one movie with Far From Home with everyone going, oh, no, he faked that multiverse stuff, to now it's like, oh, wait, the multiverse actually is real. What I'm going to be really upset by is if this whole movie turns out to be a Mysterio illusion and part of his multiverse faking. Don't do that to me. Don't you Ralph Boner me, Marvel. Moving on to the next TV spot.
I underestimated you, Peter.
Do I know you?
Looks like we got competition.
We started getting some visitors. In their universe, they all die fighting Spider-Man. I'm sorry, kid.
Yeah, me too.
Don't.
There has to be another way!
There isn't.
What's happening?
They're starting to come through. I can't stop them.
Spider-Man, No Way Home. Exclusively in movie theaters, December 17th.
Now, for this TV spot, we get more of that banter between Dr. Octopus and Peter Parker, where Dr. Octopus mentions that he underestimated Peter. That's probably talking about his upgraded Spider-Man suit, where he sees the armor and probably the gold tentacles, thinking, oh, I thought you were brilliant but lazy and only built a suit out of cloth. So he's probably pretty impressed with this version of Spider-Man without knowing it's not actually Tobey Maguire. We get a new up-close shot of Electro in this sequence, calling upon his electricity. I'm still going with the theory that he has an arc reactor on his chest, and the arc reactor will sort of be the thing to stabilize his powers, make him look normal. So I still believe we'll actually see Electro as blue in the beginning of the movie. Then when he gets his suit upgrade, that arc reactor that lets him control his electricity powers a little better, he'll look this way for the majority of the movie. And I think he looks really great. Speaking of other characters, we get a brand new shot of the Sandman here, who looks like he's forming together. It looks like for a lot of this marketing, they're not going to show off the actual actor who is Sandman, which is said to be the same actor that we saw in Spider-Man 3, which I'm perfectly fine with. I just want that explanation, like they're saying all these villains died in their universe fighting Spider-Man. The Lizard and Sandman did not die against Spider-Man unless there was another battle further down the line that we never knew about that maybe this movie will touch upon.
What's happening? They're starting to come through and I can't stop them.
When you're thinking I'm about to do something that could break the universe,
Oh, I know you!
run it by us.
We need to send them back.
You're not gonna take this away from me. You're flying out into the darkness to fight ghosts.
What do you mean?
They all die fighting Spider-Man. I'm sorry, kid.
Yeah, me too.
Don't.
There has to be another way!
There isn't.
Spider-Man No Way Home, December 17th.
All right, so in this next TV spot, you might not have caught a lot of the newer footage, but there are some really great shots here. One, I think this one for sure confirms it 100%. That is undoubtedly a Tony Stark arc reactor that Electro is using in this TV spot. I don't think anyone else can deny it any further. Other than that, it's just a bunch of other quick stills from the movie, like Doctor Strange pulling up his magic, Peter looking up at a light. But my favorite sequence that we got from this TV spot is Sandman grabbing Spider-Man in the same way Tobey Maguire was grabbed by Sandman. I think this is awesome, and I'm glad we're going to be seeing Sandman in his giant form. Gonna be really curious to see how they defeat any of these villains.
Hello, Peter.
Do I know you?
You think your fancy new suit's gonna save you? Looks like we got competition.
And in that TV spot, it was a much more extended sequence fight going down between Dr. Octopus and Peter Parker. I like that a lot. You can definitely tell this bridge sequence is gonna live up to the hype. So many things to love about this, and I guess it does make sense why they brought the Iron Spider suit to fight Dr. Octopus, because if you have a spider suit that also has tentacles, why would you not use that to fight off Dr. Octopus, who is all based on tentacles? But he doesn't seem to be threatened at all with this new suit and is gonna tear that thing apart. It's just so unbelievable to me. We went months without getting anything for Spider-Man No Way Home. Now that we're less than 30 days away, we are just gonna be hit constantly with new TV spots, hoping for a new poster because they need to make up for it. But right now, I need you guys to let me know down below which has been your favorite TV spot, which one got you most excited. Is there anything in here you caught that I might have missed? Please don't be forgetting to follow that other Twitter account. It would mean the world to me. Like and subscribe. But as always, my name's Chris. Take care.